Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
And together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club, and welcome back, or for the first time, to Tobacco Advent. This is our countdown to Christmas, and this is day one, means December 1st. Join us every day through Christmas for a special adventure in tasting tobacco.
Yeah. It's going to be a real special adventure this year. If you are new to these videos, a real quick overview, whatever. Over this month, over the next 25 days, today included, we're going to be shooting a video every single day. And for most of those, hopefully, we will be smoking tobacco sent by you and viewers like you.
Well, unless they're not planning on sending it, in which case it wasn't viewers like you.
It was the other people.
The people that actually sent us tobacco.
That's right. So initially when we started this year, this is our fourth year doing this, we asked for viewers like you, or like other people not like you, to send us their least favorite tobacco. Now typically we ask for their most favorite tobacco, because we like to smoke tobacco other people like. And we've got tired of that.
Some of us do.
That's right. And so we thought it might be interesting for people to share tobaccos they don't care for. One of the reasons for that is we have found in doing this over the last several years is there are lots of tobacco that might be your favorite tobacco that we don't care for. And that's okay.
And certainly the opposite is true.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. We will gladly smoke many of the things that you don't like.
Yeah. So the reverse psychology that was going on here when I said, send us your least favorite. I know so many experienced pipe smokers smoke English blends, and they hate aromatics. So I was hoping
to get
a lot of lane 1Q.
That's right. That's right. Unfortunately, or fortunately, some of you spoke up and mentioned that it's not very interesting. Because who wants to watch two guys smoke their least favorite tobacco? So we changed the rules about midway through. So some of these tobaccos are going to be least favorites of some people in the pipe community. Some of them are the most favorites, and some of them are just tobacco they needed to get rid of. And
we heard from one person who said, I'm going to send you some tobacco, and I'm not telling you whether I like it or not.
That's right.
Okay. That's great. We appreciate that. Also, the people who have sent us their tobacco have recorded a little video for us. So we're going to start today with this nice cryogenically sealed...
It looks like bacon.
It does look like bacon.
Or beef jerky.
And ironically enough, this happens to be Vermont Meat Candy. And this came to us from Chris Morgan. And Chris, tell us about this tobacco.
Hey guys, Chris here. My least favorite tobacco. And, you know, it's kind of tough because I normally, if I don't like it, I just kind of pass it on down the river. But the only one that I could find that I really don't like, and not because it's bad, but just because it's kind of intense and sticky and messy, would be Hearth & Home's Vermont Meat Candy. I keep some around, I just like the smell of it, but it doesn't, it kind of messes up all my pipes. So, Vermont Meat Candy. What do you think, Markwoods?
All right, so let's tear into this. I think we've had this before.
We have on a previous.
Because I was disappointed that it didn't taste like meat. Yeah. I don't remember what we thought of it, so that's actually good.
Right. I recall being disappointed in every tobacco that claims to be meat flavored and isn't. Not because the tobacco itself is disappointing, but because it doesn't taste like meat.
The big one being a trout stream.
That one does taste like a trout stream, and just not like a trout, if I recall. No, but I think that one had something about being a mystical journey through a land of time or something.
This is such a smart way of sealing this package. Thank you very much, Chris. We're going to light this up. Also, the other thing that we've asked folks to do is to ask us a question each day, and then we're going to discuss that question. So, Chris, what's our question?
My question for you both, Scott and Seth, what is the best Christmas-related food you've ever had? Now, I know Scott travels a lot, so he's eaten donut burgers one day, and the next day he's having dim sum in another restaurant. So, what is the best holiday related? You know, it could be a sandwich, it could be a soup. It just has to be kind of Christmassy or holiday-ish.
Best Christmas or holiday related food that we've ever eaten. I'm glad that he extended that to holiday. He may have done that accidentally, but that allows for certain things like the turkey that we just had. Best holiday food I've ever eaten. Oh, I got it. I got mine. You know what yours is?
No idea.
Okay. In the Markwood family, in my upbringing, every either Christmas Eve or Christmas evening, my family makes taquitos. And taquitos are nicely seasoned, somewhat spicy, shredded beef. It basically begins with like a pot roast, essentially. It gets cooked till it's falling apart. Then that gets rolled up in corn tortillas. So you have a corn tortilla, looks like a cigar. This is very similar to what Taco Bell came out with recently as rolled tacos. However, Taco Bell's rolled tacos, I think they inject it with a caulking gun of a meat product.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
As so much of their food is.
I've injected worse into my mouth hole.
In my family, that was the tradition. Now, in our family, with my bride and our kids, we didn't maintain that every year, but there have been years where we made a point of making the taquitos, and that with a big old vat of guacamole. I am a happy holiday man. How about you, boy?
I have no idea. Probably Chinese buffet. That's a pretty typical.
That's your
Christmas
favorite?
day.
I mean, yes, it is typical for us.
Yeah, I am. Nothing really stands out much as a holiday food. When you said taquitos, that sounds close to right. More than that, I think breakfast enchiladas with the Markwoods when our family's in town. But
you want to describe breakfast enchiladas?
nah, they're like taquitos that are wet
Made of egg.
with eggs. Yeah, they're imagine breakfast burritos that have been baked
with corn tortillas.
Yeah, they're good.
I want some breakfast enchiladas now.
Yeah, you should make some.
That's a good
Bring me
question.
some.
Good question, Chris.
But yeah, when I do think Christmas foods, many years we've talked about this in the past. Many years we were traveling on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day and would eat Chinese because it's one of the only places you could get food, and so oftentimes that's what I think of when I think of Christmas holiday food.
All right. So here's how this works. Chris has earned himself one of this year's commemorative cornaments. That's a naked Morgan nose warmer that is suitable for hanging because we're concerned about the FDA and whether they're going to consider that giving a sample. So it is not designed for smoking. Anyway, that's going to go to Chris. Everybody who has shared their tobaccos with us that we then use this year in Tobacco Advent will be getting a cornament. We still need some tobaccos, but don't just send it to us. Contact us, and we'll tell you what we need. And part of it, what we need is a video like you saw from Chris. So we're going to wrap that up today, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Make it a great day.